Greetings, YouTube. I'm going to get into my first official Let's Play here. This is just going to be like a little introduction kind of video. I'm going to let the demo play in the background for those of you that haven't seen it ever before. This is on the Super Nintendo, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. As I've mentioned before, I'm a huge Zelda fan. I always have been. I fell in love with the first game when I was a little kid on the on the original Nintendo. Got Zelda 2 as soon as it came out. Didn't like Zelda 2 quite as much. They changed it up a lot. It's still considered kind of the black sheep of the Zelda family. I still liked it. Just not as much as the others. This one is a lot more like the first one, a top-down kind of view. And I had a Super Nintendo back in the day. I moved out here from Long Island in 1991 out here to Jersey, and I got a Super Nintendo right around that time, so like 1991, 92, something like that. And for whatever reason, as much as I love Zelda, and even I'm sure at that time I was still playing Zelda on the NES, I never had this game. I saw some Let's Plays on here, and downloaded the ROM and tried it out, and it's just an awesome. It's 10 times better to play it than just watch somebody else. So I still haven't beaten it. There's only one Zelda game I actually beat, but just from playing it, I immediately went on eBay and bought a complete copy, box, manual, everything for this. And the only Zelda game to this day that I've actually beat was Wind Waker, the last one that I bought. I didn't have a GameCube, so I bought that, bought a controller, bought a memory card, fired it up in the Wii, and was very turned off to that game at first. It has very cartoony looking graphics, but it's an awesome game. I really enjoyed it, and I beat that from start to finish and picked up every item in the game, pretty much. Just more of the intro and backstory here as I continue to blabber about absolutely fucking nothing, but wanted to give you guys a little history about myself anyway. So yeah, this will be my first legitimate Let's Play. I'll probably just upload this introduction part first on its own, and I'll obviously record a session. It's in the wee hours of the morning here. I got home a little bit late, and for whatever reason my cable decided to take a shit. We had like big booming thunderstorms for a few days, and the power didn't even flicker or anything. Now we're on the player select screen, but yeah, the power and nothing really flickered, and then all of a sudden, poof, you have no cable, you have no internet, you don't have shit. So I was just kind of perusing YouTube, watching some videos here and there, chilling out, and the cable has been out for an hour now. And wow, I even selected the name for me. I'll just pause the emulator right now. I do have, as I mentioned, I do have the cart, and I would love to play it legitimately on the Super Nintendo, but I don't have any kind of capture software for that, so I got to do it off the PC here. I'm using a PS3 controller actually, and it works really well for Super Nintendo games. The button layout's pretty much identical. It's got a good D-pad also, which is good. But I'm gonna get into this pretty soon anyway. As I was saying, the cable went out. That was over an hour ago. It's still out. I have no TV, I have no internet, I don't have a fucking thing. So I decided I was gonna play a game, and I mentioned doing this, so I figured now's a perfect time. The only problem is I have no idea when it's gonna get uploaded until my internet comes back. So that's pretty much the backstory, and there should be a first part, at least the first part, being uploaded with this. I'll probably pick up right from here. I had that name in there already from before. That's what I was playing on. I was actually just using save states on this game. Not cheating, but just so it could take me right to where I left off instead of going to the home menu, and this way I don't have to retype the name and everything like that. So there's the little introduction, and the start of my first Let's Play will continue shortly.